Hello there guys, what is going on? Son of Chelsea back here again for my rational perspective on Sevilla 0, Chelsea 4. Chelsea emphatically confirming themselves as group winners tonight in the Champions League away from home. This could just be an Olivier Giroud appreciation video. What a wonderful performance from the striker tonight. 4 goals, the perfect hat-trick, left foot, right foot header and a wonderful penalty to finish it off. He was man of the match, head and shoulders above everyone else on that pitch tonight. But just Chelsea generally tonight were wonderful to watch. They really were in attacking sense. The fact that Frank made so many changes, especially to that back line, but Chelsea still got the job done in such a professional and convincing manner, I think shows you the improvement we've had, shows you the confidence of this first team squad at the moment, the belief they have, the improvement we've seen structurally. It was an interesting game because I was bigging it up last night of this being a really tense game, a cagey game, a close game. Sevilla coming out and trying to win the game. And it seemed like once those team sheets were announced, the complexion of the game changed. I mean, I was stunned that Frank changed the whole back four, bringing in Emerson, Christensen, Rudiger and Dave. To see all 4 of those players, especially Christensen, was a massive shock to me. And I was a little bit concerned, but then seeing that Sevilla had made similar amount of changes to their first team, right up until the kickoff, of course, having to bring a rookie into goalkeeper because, of course, their original goalkeeper for selection got injured right before kickoff. It seemed to change the way I was looking at the game. And Chelsea started the game wonderfully, really. And it was down to those attacking players, of course, Olivier Giroud, but also it was wonderful to see Christian Pulisic get a substantial amount of time tonight. I'm sure he'll be frustrated he didn't get a goal, but I felt he performed well. I think you started to see the best of Pulisic again, those driving runs from deep, those great dribbles, you know, really pressing defenders back, really scaring defenders as well. I thought Kai, another great game for him. I felt a game that was made for him, really. He had a lot of space, and as we saw, capitalized on that space, creating the first goal. And I felt Callum Hudson-ODOI had another promising night as well. I felt the game was just tailor-made for this Chelsea side tonight, and they were just flowing with confidence, and it was wonderful to see the way they attacked so consistently and so well tonight, so fluidly. I mean, Chelsea could have had more goals. But it all comes down to Giroud, doesn't it? The first Chelsea player to score 4 goals for the club in one match since Frank Lampard. I believe it was against Derby in 2008. It's the first Chelsea player since Didier Drogba to score a hat-trick in the Champions League. I believe that was Drogba's hat-trick against Levski Sofia in 2006. So breaking records, Giroud. And it was just a perfect performance from the man. It really was. Giroud is proving once again that he is really going to be underestimated in this Chelsea squad, but proves himself to be a key player. I mean, he's put himself right in the fray there to start against Leeds at the weekend. I mean, he's just scored 4 goals in a big game for Chelsea. I don't think people should underestimate that, and I think a lot of people underestimate the importance of Olivier Giroud. We saw how key he was to this team at the back end of last season. Whether he stays or goes in January, I think Chelsea are probably more relaxed on a situation of being very respectful to Giroud, like we should be, based on what he's given to the club. But what a wonderful striker he is. I felt for me, the 3rd goal was probably the best of the night, but all of them, I think, just demonstrated the type of striker we have, the class, the pedigree, the experience. We talk a lot about experience, but just the coolness of all those finishes, the first 2, just it feels like, and you know, you could say this about, say, Roger Federer on a tennis court, you know, great players, brilliant players. You feel like they always have the extra second on the ball. And with those first 2 goals, that was the case for Olivier Giroud. The first one, taking it out of his feet, just finding the corner wonderfully. The second goal, it was the same, shrugging off the defender. And once he got one-on-one with the goalkeeper, I was almost certain he was going to score. Sat the goalkeeper down, chipped it over him wonderfully and coolly to make it 2-0 then. It was just a really dominant Chelsea performance. I think I've got to give credit to the defence as well. There was a few shaky moments, a few times where set pieces went into the box. But, you know, Mendy, like he has been for most of his Chelsea career so far, really well protected. I mean, I think that says a lot about the players Lampard brings in, that, you know, forming that chemistry and relationship Mendy has with his sort of main back four at the moment, Ben Chilwell, Thiago Silva, Kurt Zouma, Reece James, having trust in them and them having trust in him. But then for Frank to change that and to still feel that there's a sense of trust there, I think just it radiates confidence and positivity and belief that, you know, this Chelsea team is a lot stronger than it was last season and and players who are on the fringes now, when they come into the fray, are taking their opportunities. I mean, look at Antonio Rudiger. He's played 3 games this season. He's got 3 clean sheets. And I think that says a lot about the improvement we've seen defensively, that there is a structure there. There is a consistent pattern of play. When Frank made changes later on, bringing on Ziyech, bringing on Kante with a wonderful Reece James-esque cross into the box for Olivier Giroud's 3rd goal. There's just confidence flowing through this team at the moment, and it's wonderful to see. We spoke about the importance of finishing top in this group. Yes, it'd be more than our luck to get, say, PSG again, as we have so many times in the past. But finishing top, we can look at this now as improvement from last year in the Champions League group stage, can't we? We can say, based on last year, based on the way we performed last year, it being really shaky, cagey. Yeah, I mean, you could sort of look at last year and say there were better teams in that group, Ajax, Valencia, but still Chelsea effective and dominant since that opening draw against Sevilla back in October, winning the next 4 games and setting the final game next week against Krasnodar as a dead rubber now. It's a privilege for Lampard now to be able to look at that game. He can rotate, he can rest his key players going into such a hectic period of the season. That's a blessing, and that's because Chelsea tonight put on such a dominant display. I mean, I don't think we should underestimate beating Sevilla so effectively and convincingly tonight in their own backyard. Yes, there's no fans. Yes, they made changes. But as I said, pre-game and as we saw in the first game, this is a very intelligent Sevilla team. This is a team that knows what they're doing and have been as good as us up until tonight in the group as well. So it's a really impressive performance, and I think it says a lot about the depth we have in this squad this season. It says a lot about the class of Olivier Giroud. Seeing Christian Pulisic back on the pitch, getting that fitness up. Kai Havertz, I think it was wonderful that he got the assist for the opening goal. That's a sort of run you want to see Kai make from deep, turning, driving at the defence, looking at open space and finding the right pass. That was made for Kai Havertz, that goal. And of course, Giroud had his shooting boots on tonight wonderfully, so finished off the chance. But I just think generally there were so many great flicks and tricks. Mateo Kovacic and Jorginho, I felt, had really strong games, especially Kova getting the assist for that 2nd goal tonight. Just all round, it was a lovely performance, wasn't it? And we can just relax next week against Krasnodar, and also look at that Leeds game now, where Frank will have some selection headaches, which is what you want with this squad, right? You want to be able to look at this team. We want consistency and sort of be able to know in each position what is the best player, but it gives Frank a challenge now. Can you say to Giroud, right, you've scored 4 goals, mate, but you're actually going to be sitting on the bench on Saturday? That's all dependent on the opponent that we've got in Leeds. But I think, Giroud just scored 4 goals. He scored the winner against Rennes last week. He's proving to Lampard once again, I can still be a key player in your team. Don't forget me. And I think that's going to be intriguing to see what Frank does, not only on Saturday, but moving forward. Can Giroud once again make his name in his first team? I wouldn't put it past him based on the quality of the striker we have and the quality we have in depth in this squad this season. It's wonderful to see Chelsea continuing to impress, continuing to improve. We're through to the knockout stages. We're top of the group. Fingers crossed we get a decent draw, and then we'll look at the Champions League post-Christmas. Those are my thoughts on tonight's wonderful win. Please let me know yours in the comments below. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch this video. If you did enjoy it, hit that subscribe button and a notification bell so you never miss an upload, and I'll see you again.